Hi, everyone. It's Cami. Welcome to Smart Social Secrets. I'm here today to talk to you about virtual shopping. And I know you may be somebody that says, I don't have an e commerce website, and that's fine. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how businesses can use this too for services. But also, if you do have products and services to sell, this is a really huge trend. Anyway, in any case, I think us understand how this new social shopping world is working, and I want you to be very aware of it as a marketer or a communications professional. So let's just jump right into this, and I'm going to share with you my screen and show you a couple of slides. But I'm going to kind of walk you through what's available right now. I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty how to in this video because there is a lot to that. But I do have a video that I have also put on there for you in the thing that shows you. It's in the link in the description that will tell you exactly how to use one platform, which is called Shopify. And one of my friends, Veronica Jeans, came on to Social Media Breakfast last week and talked about Shopify. And so I do have a link to that, and that goes deeper into Shopify. But today I'm really going to be talking about the addressable market, why you should care about this, and really the market, the opportunities, and the plan for you to get there. So let's jump right into that. So on the front side of it is really the market, the addressable market that we have for this. And so, in the end of the day, the market is growing for social online selling. So, I know you guys know because I'm sure during the pandemic and all that, everything kind of grew on the online marketing side of things, and just people ordering online and having a comfort level with that, even like spanning generations. So one of the things that I thought was really interesting about this is that 98% of people, and there's some research around that, have bought something online. I'm sure you would raise your hand that you've bought something online too. If you're watching this video, I'm sure you have. And so, that's really that opportunity. And here's the funny part about all of this. The market really is all about uh, being quickly getting stuff to people. So like getting the services and products that you have into the hands of the people as quickly as possible. And the social media platforms want you to do this because they need to have people stay on the platform. So what we've done up until this point, and still will do for a while, is we would, address somebody on social media and then like send them over somewhere else with a link, just like I did in this promo copy where I'm sending you over to my website where there's an entire article about all the 5 trends of social media right now. And so that's really been the strategy, I guess, the only strategy that we had. And so that's really what it's going. And so here's the problem with that. The social media platforms don't really like you sending people off of the website. They don't like it. They don't like when you are sending people off of their platform. And so that platform then becomes a real issue. So they don't, they're going to like, devalue the link posts. So if your posts have links in them, they're less likely to show them as much, unless, of course, they get popular and all that. You can't overcome it, but it's not easy. Or if you buy advertising, which is another way to overcome it, you're paying for them to send that traffic over to your website. That's what you're doing, is you're paying their traffic. And so that's why it's really growing. And also, I'm going to talk about generations. And so, we've got all of the generations. Millennials are adults. Okay. So, hi, millennials. You're here. I'm sure you're a millennial. I think a lot of people in the older generations still think of them as kids, and they're not. The generations are growing up and they know how to use online shopping. That's absolutely the case. And, I see it all the time with my teenagers when they're playing their games or whatever. My son will come to me and say, hey, mom, I need to buy a t-shirt for my avatar in this game that I'm, playing on Roblox. And he was even creating t-shirts to sell inside the game to other people. These are all like digital things. And that's even more crazy. I know many of you will be like, whoa, digital stuff. But that is a huge market. It's a huge addressable market that's growing up completely comfortable with buying things online, sight unseen. You're more comfortable with it because the pandemic really accelerated this. And so that's huge. So you're more comfortable, they're more comfortable, Everybody's more comfortable with online selling, and that has become a huge deal. Now, there's also some issues around online selling. I'm going to talk about the dark side for a minute, and that is, how do you know the person you're buying from is not a scam and all that kind of stuff? Because I have been seeing more of that bubble up too, people selling things that don't exist and whatever. So you have to, be careful where you buy things. So that's huge, and so that's another reason why buying from an online platform like an Instagram or a Twitter, you have a more of a, I don't know, safety net, I guess, to address those frauds if they do occur. So anyway, that's really the market. It's for everyone in the sense of that it's growing. And even if you're not an e-commerce brand, I think it's really important to understand this because people are going to want to have a convenience of being able to do business with you in a less, friction way. So if they can do business with you right on the platform and go straight to what they need, I think that's going to be huge for you. So let's just talk a little bit about that. So every single platform, I've looked up all of them, and I actually have created a nice little um, downloadable for you. So it's free and you don't even have to put your email in to get it. So here you go. It is a list of everything I'm about to show you, all the links. And it's called bit.ly/SSS virtual shop. It is case sensitive. So it's capital S's, capital V, and then lowercase, so initial cap, virtual, initial cap, shop. So if you type it all in and it doesn't work, it's because you have to use the capitals. Okay. But this is an entire list of all of the links I'm about to show you, all of the places on the platforms themselves that tell you how to use this particular feature. So I've given you some articles, but I've also given you direct links to the virtual shopping on each of these platforms I'm talking about today. And so that's really it. So I looked through all of them and they all have it. Okay. Or you could also build one on your own website, which is more time, effort, and so on. I will show you a tool that I found that you can do it with. It probably isn't cheap. So there's that as well. So if you are a small or medium-sized business, you may want to think about doing it natively or using something like Shopify and doing it natively with Shopify. So there is a lot of connections and things you have to think about when you're doing this, but I do think it's a really important thing to start thinking about it for yourself, for your clients, if you're somebody like me who serves clients as a marketer. Okay, cool. So those are the different ones, and I will show you in a minute what they are. And the last thing I'm going to show you is really a plan, like a beginnings of a plan to kind of implement this for yourself. The first one is Shopify. And again, I had Veronica Jeans come talk about that at Social Media Breakfast last week. So I definitely want you to look at that if you're interested in this at all, because Shopify is the easiest one to start with. You can create your products there. It has a website and you can create blog posts there. It's kind of like a platform, like a WordPress or something, but for products and services. And I know a lot of people that are selling their courses, their all that kind of stuff on Shopify, which is interesting because then not only that, if you do have that kind of branding, you can also throw something in there like a t-shirt or a mug or whatever. So you can actually send branded things to your audience or have them buy that from you as a fan. Think about Harley Davidson or Nike or those kinds of brands that, people are buying merchandise that goes along with that, or Taylor Swift, if you're a musician. Again, you may sell, your records, you may sell digital downloads, you may sell courses, you may sell even services through something like a Shopify. It's interesting to think about it like that. And I know that for my kids and, they're teenagers and almost young adults, they look for merchandise and stuff for the brands that they love. And they want to have that merchandise and those logos and those things on the merchandise they love. And so think about that too as a brand. If you're trying to build a brand and a personal brand and this whole kind of area, maybe you have a show like Smart Social Secrets or Social Media Breakfast of Houston. I've thought about starting a Shopify for that since we have a great number of people that come to that. And hey, how cool would it be to have like a Social Media Breakfast coffee mug? I don't know. And the cool thing about Shopify is it allows you to work with other wholesalers, so you can put those things up like there's other ones like Redbubble is another one I think about that you can create like a t-shirt on, but you can do that with Shopify too. So take a look at that because I think it's really interesting. So let's jump right in to what we're doing here. I'm going to pull myself to full screen real quick. And don't forget that we have this SSS virtual shop for all of these links because I'm about to take you on a pretty, and I want to make sure that you're that you don't get too left behind or feeling left behind. So um, let's start with Instagram because I think it is the probably most it's probably the one you know the most about, right? So Instagram is got a shop. Okay, so they have a shop, virtual shop kind of situation on Instagram. And so I'm going to pull this up so you can see it. I don't know if you can see me. I'm going to take out the virtual shop here. So this is shops on Instagram. And so you can actually put in your shop on Instagram, you can put all of your products and services and you would connect it. You can do it directly on there, but most people connect it with something like a Shopify. There are a ton of different ones that you can connect it with. And there is a link here, which is also in our thing that tells you how to do this. And so this is directly on the Meta site. So business.instagram.com/shopping. Again, I have that awesome virtual shop link for you that has all of these links in it. Okay. So I'll pull that back up here in a minute. But it all starts with your shop, your storefront. Okay. So you can create a storefront and put product tags and ads, and it puts a nice little way to get to your shop right on your profile in Instagram. And I know lots of people doing this. I should have worn it today. I bought a really cool shirt that says perfectly imperfect from Das Culture on Instagram, calling her out. And it's really awesome. And she has a shop on Instagram and so on. And you can create it with a tool. So and you do it through e-commerce or a supported platform, they say. So I was like, okay, what are the supported platforms? The supported platforms are a number of different ones. Oh, I'm going to pull them up. I thought I did that, but I guess I didn't. So you would just click on this to find the supported platforms, and here they are. So the supported platforms are Shopify, right at top, BigCommerce, Channel Advisor. There's a whole bunch of them here. So you can use Wix to all of these different ones you can use. But really interestingly, you can also set it up directly through them. I honestly you might want to start that way if you have a very small number of things to sell and see what happens. But they have a very specific, they have some rules on what you can and can't put on there. So you're going to have to go into depth on that. But this is Instagram and how you can sell there. Okay. So, that's been set up for a while. You just need to go and set it up for yourself and see how it would work for you. Facebook also, just like that, is part of shops. So you can have these shops be available on both Facebook and Instagram. And again, they're like here, shops on Facebook and Instagram. This is a get started button. So this is a good place to start if you want to put it on both. It'll give you all that information. And like I said, I have given you the links to this at the SSS virtual shops right here. So don't worry, I'm going to be showing you a lot of websites, but I've given you all the links. Okay, cool. Oh, take that out. All right, cool. So the next thing that I want to show you is, and I think, yeah, oh, I did put it in here. Here it is. Here's all those, all the different ones that you can put it on. I did put it in. Look at me being good. I'll get that out of there. All right, cool. So the next one that I wanted to show you was this really kind of good Hootsuite article on Instagram Shopping 101, which is a step-by-step guide for marketers. I think Hootsuite does a great job of these kind of how-to articles. So I threw this one in case you really want to do it because they do go pretty step-by-step through the process of how to do it. And I think that might be useful for you too if you're interested in this side of it. All right, cool. And then I was looking at some other things as well. And really, live stream commerce or e-commerce is picking up steam. So this is some of the places I got some of my stats and sort of the addressable market that we talked about at the beginning. 76% of people, 86% in Europe, more than 70, 80. It's 70 or 80% of all people are showing a clear change in their shopping preference habits. And lots of them are really comfortable with buying online. So you might want to have this in your back pocket for like if you need to convince a boss or yourself or somebody else about how this works. Okay. And then, yeah, the next one that I want to show you is TikTok because I kind of started noticing this through, well, there's a couple of places I noticed it through. First, I noticed it through Snapchat. Snapchat was probably the first one I noticed it in. And I don't know if I have Snapchat up on here, but Snapchat has actual virtual shopping experiences right inside of their filters. And I wish I could show you that right now. I actually am trying to work on how to connect my phone to the computer so I can show you these things. But in the end of the day, TikTok is the one that kind of got my attention. Um, and it got my attention because it really was very interesting to me that I went in and I think it was the circuit or the circle. Yeah, circle. Or it's a new water bottle that has like a flavoring on the you put a flavoring cartridge in and you drink it and it kind of flavors the water for you. And it was interesting to me, but I this happened to me on TikTok. And what TikTok does is it will set up your e-commerce inside of TikTok. It goes to a web page for sure, but they put it inside of TikTok. So they use a TikTok-based browser to get you to buy something. So you're not leaving the platform. When you go back right into the TikTok experience instead of going to out to a web page and then coming back. You go into the TikTok browser and then you can't get out of there. So I know that some of the platforms will allow you to get out of the browser and go, or get out of the internal browser and go out and onto a web page. And I do it all the time. That's why I know. But TikTok doesn't allow that. So it opens up into this little browser that's part of TikTok. And then you can buy from there, which is basically, their website, but it's just inside of TikTok. And then when you go back, it takes you right back to the TikTok experience. And that is kind of where we're at right now. The platforms do not want you to leave the platform because they want you to come right back into the platform experience as soon as you're done. So I don't know if that makes sense to everybody, but that is absolutely the way it's going. And this is the TikTok one, and it tells you how to do it. It tells you what it is, it tells you how to shop on there or shopping ads and how to put the ads in. It does red because that's talk for you. Yeah. So yeah, and your ads need to be and the ads were all like UGC too, meaning user generated content. They were paid for influencers, I do believe, but what they did is they paid the influencer to look at the bottle, drink the water, and then kind of their reactions to it, like as they did it. And yeah, they were people that probably some people know. They're well-known TikTok personalities. So they didn't do their own ads. They kind of had their influencers do the ads for them. And I think that's pretty powerful and pretty effective. So that may be another thing to think about on TikTok because everything has to be it can't be very advertising-y on TikTok to work. It has to feel very um, authentic. It has to feel like it's in the platform the way it should, right? Okay, so that's TikTok, and that is how that works. Okay, great. And then Twitter. And so you may be shocked that Twitter also has a shopping experience option as well. So they call them Twitter Shops, and they give you more space to shop. So you can set it up in your profile and put it together there. Another little hack on Twitter that I found out is if you sign up as an advertiser for Twitter, you can go into the back end of the advertising thing, create a post from there and put a button on it, which is not, you don't even have to pay for it. You just it puts the little button on it. So like when people read it, they can click on it to do something. I learned that from Madeline Sklar. But that's a really interesting thing about Twitter. A little hack that you can do. Also have a shops option. So you can shop on Twitter as well, which is something I didn't really know until I started looking into it. So I thought that was really interesting. Again, every single platform is starting to create a shop. And once again, I've put all of these links into a one page document, like a little web page for you. You don't have to put your email. You just go click on this and you can get there. It's bit.ly/SSS virtual shop. It is case sensitive, so the S's are capital and each of the virtual shop initial case is capital. So you want to use that to look at this. But I have all of these links for you. So if you're interested in this, let me know too, because I'm really interested in going. Now, LinkedIn was another one I really wanted to talk about, but interestingly, you can create a product page in your LinkedIn business profile. So I have a link to the page that tells you exactly how to do that on LinkedIn. And I think this is a very interesting thing for services. And, if you are a person who has a course, an online course, or you give people a service or whatever, creating product pages inside of your business page is a really interesting thing to do and probably a low hanging fruit on this e commerce trend. You could go in there and put those in right away and have people start to reach out to you through that. That would be cool. So that being said, I am going to go back here and just pop this up. You need a plan, obviously, to get this all organized. And so let me pull this up so you can see it. Really, there's two right now. You can either sell it through, and I should have put this in here too, but natively through the platform would be probably number one. So I've shown you some native ways over the last few minutes how to start going in and setting up your products right online, right on your social media platforms. The second one is really Shopify. And I think that's good because it's really working hand in hand with the social media platforms. It has the integrations with the social media platforms, which makes it super easy for you on the back end to track things, to know who is buying, all that kind of stuff. And it's got a cart so you can, take credit cards. It's got all of the things that you could probably want. There's a bunch of other platforms out there. There's a bunch. Wix does it, some others, but I do feel like that Shopify is the best one. And right now, I do have a link to a video that I did with Veronica Jeans, who specializes in this. I did it at Social Media Breakfast last week. So if you're interested more in like how Shopify works and why it would work for you, there's some content there for you to look at as well. And then website is the second one, which is really, setting up your own, website to do these things. And you could definitely use WooCommerce with WordPress. That is one way to go. There's a couple of other things that I did find as well. So let me kind of show you what those are. One of them that I saw that was really interesting and probably cost too much money is called Bamboozer. But Bamboozer, what I like about it is it looks a lot like social media. It's hosted on your own website. Well, they host the videos, I think, but you put it on your own website, but it looks like people can interact with it just like they would with social media. So if you are an e-commerce brand, you might want to think of something like this for your website. If you're not interested in doing the social media selling directly on social media, although you may do both. So anyway, I thought it was interesting. And of course, I said Shopify, which we'll load here in a second. And I think this is probably the most affordable. It starts at like $40 a month. And then you have to, oops, I don't know what happened there. You have to pay for, the credit card rates. So it's 2.9% plus 30 cents in the US. This is very common, guys, for credit card rates. And if you go into the bigger plans, your credit card rates go lower and lower, but that's only if you're doing tons and tons of sales. So I would stick at the lower end to start just to kind of wet your feet and then move up unless you are an e-commerce kind of, juggernaut and you have like lots of products and whatever. Because this is like, yeah. So you want to think about your sales. Like if you are going to sell something in the first month that, pays for the $3.99 and you're going to sell like 10 or 15 of them every month, then go for that, right? That's what I would say. And then, so these are the two tools. Like, the Bamboozer's maybe not a tool you'll use. I don't know, but it's something that would be more enterprise, right? But Shopify does a great job of doing the taxes on the back end for the sales, all of the things that you have to do for e-commerce. It's a really powerful tool that I think would be really useful. And like I said, I did this video right here with Veronica Jeans last week, and she specializes in setting up these kinds of sites. And so I would love for you to take a look at that. Again, you can grab all of those links at this very free and very not gated website, bit.ly/SSS virtual shop. And it is case sensitive. And grab that, look at that video if you're interested in Shopify particularly, and let me know. Let me know. Are you thinking about doing some kind of e-commerce for your brand? And what would that brand be? Oh, by the way, this is what the little website that I created for you looks like on the SSS. It's just this. So you should be able to grab this and go for it. And you can scan this QR code to get it if you can't do this really quick. So maybe if you want to take a screenshot and scan this later, that'd be great too. Anyway, so I don't know. I want to know. I want to know, what are you thinking about? What are you thinking about doing for your virtual shopping experience? And have you thought about putting your products and services in a virtual space or Shopify kind of place? And if so, which one are you thinking about using? Are you thinking about using the AR shopping? Oh, I was going to show you that too. The AR shopping for Snapchat. That's really, really interesting. I don't know if you've seen that, but when you go into Snapchat, and by the way, Snapchat is making a resurgence, especially amongst the teens. I was looking at this morning, and I can't unfortunately show it to you as easy as I want to. I wish I could, but I don't know. Maybe I can. Dex was asking if it could come in, so maybe. But I was looking at Cartier, for example. Cartier has this really cool uh, Snapchat filter that is telling me, I don't know if you can see this or not, probably can't, but it lets me go into the store. So you click on the actual thing, and it brings you in to be able to, I'm going to discard that. It brings you into the store. It says shop now. I think you can see that. It says shop now. And then when you click on the shop now, I'm surprised this is working so well. It brings you right into the Cartier shop where you can shop right there. And that's just right here, so it has the models. This is like a mom and pop brand. They're not selling these to teenagers. Think about that. This is like for me. These are for old people, right? For people who can afford it. I've looked at other ones too that are like that. The Samsung store was interesting. I also found myself one time, they do have an AR environment that you can create, like as if somebody's walking through your store right there on the app. Trying to find one of those right away. But see, here's another one, like order now, chicken dunk. So they have an order now button here. These are in the filters. Like, so when I open up my camera, they're just right down here in the filters. And if you find one, and some of these are obviously up front because they paid some advertising to be up front, right? But there's all of these different filters, and that's what the kids come in here, or all of us come in here to use. We're going to do filters. And the filters have the shopping tag in them. And I've been in one of these filters where it brought me into an immersive environment, which we're going to be talking about next week. And I was able to try things on and pick things up. Have you ever bought glasses online, and they give you the chance to put the glasses on your face and show how it is? Well, now they're doing that right here in the app, right here in Snapchat. It's pretty powerful. Again, I think that, it's something to think about for your business. It's something to think about for clients if you are an agency, because I know a lot of you guys listen here. It's something to really understand and study so you know what it is, and so that you understand how to advise people whether they want to do it or not. And also for your own business to see if that makes sense. And like I said, low-hanging fruit, put your products on a product page in LinkedIn on your business page. And I do have a link to how to do that right in this uh, uh, virtual and at the end of it. So guys, next week I'm going to be for this year for social media, and that is immersive environments. I talked a little bit about immersive shopping today, but also immersive environments are still really a big deal. The metaverse is sort of like, as far as Facebook goes, it's not, going very well, but there are entire immersive environments that are out there that you don't maybe know about that I want to show you, including like the fact that I gave an immersive environment talk in an immersive environment just a few weeks ago. So I'm going to give you some clips from that immersive talk so you can see what that looks like. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. So what can you do with immersive environments, and what are other people doing with them? So yeah, hopefully you'll be back next week. I think it's actually 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks from now, same time. So I do this every other week. for now. I have a couple of travel things I'm doing next week, so I can't be here. So I'll be here in 2 weeks to talk about immersive environments. So be looking for that, and definitely let me know what you think. Are you going to do some sort of online shopping experience for your customers and your clients? Let me know. All right. Talk to you later. Take care. Bye.